Hello humans. Today I wanted to talk about a company called Helle of Norway. So Helle of Norway was founded in 1937 by Sigmund and Steiner Helle. The brothers were taught blacksmithery by their father, who was the local village's blacksmith, and opened up a knife-making company. The original goal was to sort of blend the two different types of knives that farmers at the time were carrying. The first being an extremely durable work knife, and the second being a nicer showy knife for Sundays or other special events. So the first factory that they had was actually their dad's blacksmithing shop, and it was near their local, their family farm. Specifically, it was a little bit behind this. It had no electricity, so a little while after opening, the brothers designed a turbine that would bring water into their workshop, that would bring power into their workshop using a local river. This would work only after rains or during the initial thawing season. So a little bit after running out of customers in their local town of Homdel, Steiner traveled by boat to Bergen, then biked 375 miles to Oslo, where he sold off him and his brother's remaining stock of knives for 6 cents each, or approximately $1.30 US today. The Helle brothers were extremely interested in making knives for everywhere and internationally, and by 1940 they had begun entering the international market and were marking their blades in English with "Made in Norway." By 1948, they had begun manufacturing table knives and other cutlery, which became their primary products. They did continue to make these sort of outdoors working men's knives, but it removed from their main focus. In the late 1960s, no one has quite determined when, Helle began working with a Norwegian steel mill and designed a proprietary stainless core Damascus, which it's a little bit difficult to see. I'm going to bring it right up close to here. And you can't quite tell, but in the middle of the leading edge, there's actually a slight line where you can tell where the two different steels meet and are pressed together. So there's a hard center core, and then on either side there's a softer steel, which is used in order to prevent the blade from becoming brittle and snapping or chipping. By 1975, Helle had returned to making working and hunting knives as sort of their primary products, and by 1988, Helle had completely discontinued making stainless flatware. It has remained a family-run business, and it is now in its third generation. They employ approximately 50 people, and the vast majority of the manufacture, the fit and finish, and all of the design is done in-house by people with extremely limited machine work being done. So my thoughts on this particular knife: this is the Norway Sigmund, named after one of the company's founders. It has two different types of wood and what looks like pressed leather discs, making the full fit and finish. Blade centering seems really nice. It's a stick tang blade. You can see at the end here where it's pressed in with that brass ring. It's got an extremely nice high polish finish. You can actually see my face a little bit in there. Unfortunately, it is absolutely absorbing fingerprints. That helped a little bit. It came with this rag and this absolutely gorgeous leather sheath. Look at that work. And it is actual leather. It's held in with this rivet, which means it can actually be switched over for either side of Scout's carry if you so choose, or any other angle you might want. Retention in the sheath, pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be coming out. Easy to pull out though. The belt loop is nice and fairly wide. It's a little bit stiff, but it should be able to fit most belts. The stitch work, double stitched along the entire blade edge, which means that the sheath should hold up really, really well. And as you can tell, very, very typical design for these sort of Scandinavian knives. It has a very, very slight clip point, a very, very straight back, very minimal belly, just a little bit. The whole blade is actually leaning ever so slightly forward, as you can tell, which makes for a really nice angle for any type of bushcraft or prying, pushing, cutting tasks. Jabbing stuff. Packaging, relatively simple. It's all done in this nice cardboard, although it does fit together. I am actually a huge fan of this particular type of packaging. Yeah, this is definitely going to start meeting into my daily carry. It's a very well-made knife. I'm feeling absolutely no quality control issues, which is kind of expected at this 200 Canadian price point. Yeah, fits my hand really, really well. You can tell there's a slight swell right in the middle of the hand, which fits very, very comfortably. And having no proper guard, it has this nice little bit of an indent for your lead finger. Your 2 front fingers, 2 back fingers. Yeah, it fits extremely well in my hand, and I'm excited to put this thing through its paces a little bit. Although the one thing that I am going to note, and you can tell right there, it absolutely adores picking up fingerprints. This is a knife that's going to require a lot of cleaning, which is all good. So yeah, there you go. This is my new Helle Sigmund. Some of my thoughts and a little bit of the history of the company. Stay safe and have fun out there, guys.